I came to Romeo many years ago, gosh, over 30 years ago, I think. I used to be a camp director for a cheer company, and Romeo had attended, and they were a program at the time that had a lot of potential. I think it was in the fall of '96. They had a lot of potential, but they didn't have a coach for their JV team. At the time, I was coaching at Epler for 3 years, and then had stopped doing middle school, and then decided I wanted to do high school. And I started coaching at Romeo. And that fall, I coached the JV cheer team. By the basketball season, I was coaching both varsity and JV. And so my first run with the program went from about the fall of '96 until 2005. That year, we had won the MCCA state championship. We wanted another child. My husband's the head football coach, so it was time for him to kind of go thrive and me to take a little step back. And then 5 years ago, I came back along with Coach Delamelier, who we actually co-head coach the program, and her sister was also with us at the time, Hannah Went. And we decided to come back because after many years of building the program, when we left in 2005, she took over then. And was a part of Romeo for another 10 years. The program was down to about 12 athletes, and most of them weren't going to return. And so being a teacher in the building, it was really hard to watch everything you worked so hard for
to build.
Right, to be gone. And so we came back 5 years ago with one team, and now we have 59 cheerleaders in the program this year.
Wow, that's a lot of screaming and yelling and tumbling, and man, built it all the way up to 59. There's varsity schools with a lot of people in it, don't have that many people on their football team, so that's pretty impressive. How does the cheerleader thing work? I mean, how do you be a Romeo cheerleader?
Well, we actually have 2 seasons. We have a sideline season and a competitive season. So the sideline season, we have tryouts in May. Tryouts consist of skills, obviously cheering. They have to have a floor presence. We call this a performance sport. In the terms of
like a performance thing, what would that be?
So like if you think of somebody that's like in theater, performing arts, okay, it's not, they have to have a big expression. You have to be able to see their facials. And so when we're especially on the sideline or on the competitive mat, it's not just about the skill, but we say that they're performing too. So a performance sport, it's really about the face, the voice. That's a big part of it, especially when we get to the competitive season or on the sidelines on a Friday night.
Have a real mousy voice.
Yeah.
You want them to be yelling out and cheering pretty loud. So,
yep.
What kind of coaching style do you have?
I personally am a pretty motivated person, so I tend to bring that into my practice too. Like motivational mindset, that's really important. A mantra our family has is effort and attitude, really. And both my husband and I, we bring that into our coaching styles too, I think. I like structure. Coach D's awesome. She likes to bring in the music and things like that. I'm still a little more old school with some of that aspect, but we both have a lot of qualities that complement each other. But yeah, that's kind of.
So we'll talk a little bit about the team right now. What is it like preparing for the week? Like, how does that go?
So I think we were speaking before this. We don't really have team captains. We have what we refer to as weekly team leaders. Those leaders help with what's going to be done on game day, like what they're wearing, what their hair will look like, what, team dinners, things like that.
It's just like being on the Mitt TV.
Yeah, right. And then as coaches, we usually do a weekly update that goes to the athletes and the parents so they know what to expect for the week. And then what we do for practice is we do a daily practice plan. So for the sideline season, our goal is to have so many pieces of game material for timeouts, quarters. They do different things. They interact with the band, with certain cheers, the crowd, the parents. So it just depends on where we are at the sideline. But they have many different pieces of material. And then on Fridays, we give them a game plan, and that game plan will say everything that they have to do for the game. It outlines what their quarters are, what any material is that has like stunts in it or tumbling, and that kind of thing.
Well,